This is KCBD News Channel 11 at 10.
Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Case Wilbanks. Karen and Abner have the night off. If you bought a home this past year, chances are it costs you more. As we head into the new year, a Lubbock realtor explains what hurt your pocketbooks in 2022. And KCBD News Channel 11's Patricia Perry tells us what caused the increase in prices and what the future might look like.
We definitely sold, a few less homes, but our volume overall was more due to the, higher prices.
It was a good year for some realtors, but for buyers, the average cost to purchase a home was up $35,000.
And so it's gone up pretty significantly over the past year.
Lindsay Bartley is the owner of Taylor Reed Realty. She says there are many reasons it's costing you more to put down roots. One of those reasons could be because the hub city is growing.
We saw lots of, people from California and other states moving into Texas. They would go to areas like Austin and Dallas. So then we saw a lot of those people moving in here. Our economy here is so stable. We have awesome education and healthcare, all of those things.
Also impacting your pocketbook are fluctuating interest rates. She says at the beginning of the year, it was 2% and went up to 7%. Now it's sitting around 6.5%.
I think the biggest thing this past year has been, interest rates on top of, home prices just rising in general. It's been kind of a double whammy, if you will. So it's really kept a lot of people out of the market.
If you are still looking for a home, she says you have a lot more options now than you did a couple years ago. In 2022, the Lindsay Bartley team saw a 136% increase on homes entering the market.
Right now, for people who do want to buy a house and even sell, it is a great market as long as you're educated and as long as you're working with the right people who will let you know all of your options.
Bartley says if interest rates stay where they are now or decrease to 5%, the real estate market could be in a good shape for 2023. Compared to other places in Texas, she says Lubbock has still had steady growth with no significant jumps like some cities have had. Patricia Perry, KCBD News Channel 11.